There are moments in life when you're moving through the day, doing what needs to be done, and something inside you quietly wonders, does anyone really know how much I've been holding together? Not in a dramatic way, not in a desperate way, just a quiet ache you carry while you keep going. You know how it feels. You show up. You do what's asked of you. You keep your responsibilities in place. And at the same time, you carry questions, memories, worries, and weariness, all tucked inside where no one can see. And if someone asks you how long it's been this way, you probably couldn't even put a start date on it. Life layers some seasons that look like that. Not all at once, but gradually, piece by piece, year after year. A little here, a little there. Until one day, you realize you've been good at functioning through things you never really had the time or space to process. And maybe, just maybe, you've wondered, does Jesus notice the weight I never talk about? Does he pay attention to what I'm carrying beneath the surface? Does he understand the effort it takes to keep going? That's where we're going today. Not into pressure, not into demands, not into you should be doing more, but into the gentle reality that Jesus is far more aware of you than you realize. Not in a distant way, not in a general way, not in a God watches everyone way, but in a deeply personal way. A way that meets you where you are, not where you think you should be. Let's take our time with this. Picture this. Not to dramatize anything, but to give your heart something to visualize. You're in a room full of people. Voices rise and fall. Conversations weave around you. Life is happening in every corner. You're present, but your thoughts are somewhere deeper. You listen, you nod, you respond. But there's something you're carrying, something no one in that room knows about. And as you navigate the conversations, you start to wonder, if people could see everything inside me, would they understand? Would they care? would they think it's too much? Now imagine someone steps into that room. Not loudly, not in a way that draws attention, but with a presence that steals something inside you. Someone who doesn't need you to explain yourself. Someone who knows the story behind your eyes without you saying a word. Someone who understands what the last few years have taken out of you. Someone who looks your way and actually sees you. Not the version of you that handles everything. Not the version of you that keeps it together. Not the version of you that's fine. But you. The real you. The one you don't show easily. That someone is Jesus. Matthew 9, verse 20 to 22, NIV. A woman who had been subject to bleeding for 12 years came up behind him and touched the edge of his cloak. She said to herself, "If I only touch his cloak, I will be healed." Jesus turned and saw her. "Take heart, daughter," he said. "Your faith has healed you." And the woman was healed at that moment. We've read this passage before in different ways. But today I want you to focus on something different. He turned. Did you hear what I said? He turned. He didn't keep walking. He didn't let her slip by unnoticed in the crowd. He didn't allow her to remain an unnamed face in a busy moment. He turned toward her. Not because she was loud. Not because she made a scene. Not because she stood out. But because her need mattered to him. That's the heart of this passage. Jesus responds to what others overlook. Jesus responds to what others overlook. And that's the thread I want to follow with you. Some things in life don't announce themselves. Disappointment doesn't always show on the surface. Fear doesn't always reveal its full story. Hurt doesn't always leave visible marks. Some of the deepest pain looks ordinary from the outside. And sometimes we learn to carry things in ways that look functional, even strong to everyone else. But Jesus sees the layers. He sees the pressure you've adapted to. He sees the responsibilities that landed on you all at once. He sees the emotional fatigue you've never put into words. He sees the dreams you've tucked away because life demanded something else from you. Here's the part most people never consider. Jesus doesn't measure you by how well you're coping. He meets you based on what you're carrying. He doesn't say, come back when you're stronger. Come back when you're confident. Come back when you're in a better place. He turns toward you now, as you are, with whatever you've gathered along the way. Think about this. The woman in Matthew 9 didn't approach Jesus with boldness. She didn't call out to him. She didn't demand anything. She came quietly, almost hesitantly, almost hoping to slip in and slip out unnoticed. You know why? Because sometimes the hardest part of walking through pain is believing you're worth attention. Not attention from people, but attention from God. Because you might tell yourself, it's fine. I can handle it. I've gotten this far. It's not as bad as it could be. Other people have it worse. But Jesus doesn't compare your pain to anyone else's. He doesn't minimize what you've been through. He doesn't dismiss the years that shaped you. He turns towards you because you matter to him. Not because your situation is dramatic, but because you are valuable. Let that sit somewhere inside you. Jesus sees value in what others might overlook. Jesus sees value in what others might overlook. Jesus sees tenderness in what others might step past. He sees tenderness in what others might step past. Jesus sees depth in what others might misunderstand. And he responds to you personally. When Jesus said, "Take heart, daughter," he wasn't speaking to a crowd. He was speaking to someone who wasn't sure she mattered. Someone who wasn't sure she belonged. Someone who wasn't sure God cared enough to notice her. And maybe that's you today. Maybe you haven't felt seen in a long time. Maybe life has numbed you just a little. Maybe you've been carrying things you never intended to carry for this long. But Jesus is not indifferent to you. He's not distant. He's not passive. He's not uninvolved. He turns. He notices. He sees. He responds. Not because you reached flawlessly, but because you reached honestly. You don't have to impress Jesus. You don't have to be the strongest person in the room. You don't have to pretend nothing affects you. You don't have to hide what has quietly shaped you. Jesus notices what others overlook. He understands what others can't see. He cares about what you'd never say out loud. And he responds in ways you never expected. With tenderness, with understanding, with compassion that moves toward you instead of away from you. You matter to him, not because you're perfect, but because you're loved deeply, personally, fully. Let this spark carry you. One step, one moment, one breath at a time.